Welcome back to another farming simulator video and a look at a cool new feature in Courseplay, which is the combine unload feature. So the first thing we're going to do is get the combine up and running on Courseplay. It's worth saying that this mode only works for combines that are on Courseplay. So if you want to do unloading where you're driving the combine yourself, then you're probably going to want to use auto drive, and I do have tutorials on that as well. So go check that out. If I remember, I will stick a card in the corner, but we're just going to set up a pretty standard Courseplay course for using the combine. This is a massive field, but we should be okay. I just want to demo the actual how to set up the other bit of Courseplay, so let's get that going. I've started this 60% full so that let's just empty this trailer out. Started that 60% full so that it fills up much quicker. So we're in the Deutz. All we need to do is it's already picked up that we're in combine unload mode. Is click on the little crosshair here. There we go. Leave the target position where it is. We're going to do field position into the middle of the field. Giants unloader deactivated. You can use the Giants unloader. I have not. I'm going to show you how to do it with auto drive once we've demonstrated this bit. And then we're just going to hit start job and wait for the combine to call us. This does take a little while, but it is worth the wait. So I want to say thanks to Norfolk Farmer for helping me work out how to get this mode to work. I spent a fair bit of time trying to get things up and running. It's kind of weird. And it took me a little bit of work, and he went through and he got it working, and he sent me some instructions that he used to get it to work. One of the things that you are going to want to do is to go into the Courseplay settings and bump up the field speed. And we'll do the field work speed as well. It's just going to allow the carter to travel a bit quicker, which is hopefully going to help you catch up with the combine quicker. It can be a little bit erratic when it is starting out. Obviously, it's trying to stay on the field but not go in the crop. So, yeah, the driving can be a little bit erratic. But once the field's been opened up, it does get a lot better. So I'm going to go through and show you this mode, obviously. We're then going to look at linking this up with auto drive. Personally, if I've got auto drive running the karting, I would probably use auto drive to do the combine unloading as well, because if you're doing this on a big field, Courseplay can sometimes struggle to link up to auto drive or some of the other things to get off the field, whereas with auto drive you can always put some roads around the outside of the field, and that makes things easier. But you can see that we are now unloading with Courseplay, doing the driving the carter. So I think it's really cool, you know. Works really well. Yeah, so I think if you're not using Courseplay for the combine, or if it's a really big field, I would use auto drive personally. The other mode I'm going to show you, which again struggled with a really big field. If you want to see that, I use it in one of my Ohio Richlands videos, which is coming up later this week, because I was testing and practicing. And that is unloading into an auger. So what you can do is you can have the combine running and a tractor with an auger, and then if you put some trailers around the field, the auger will go and unload into them. So that's kind of cool as well. So right, what we're going to do is we're going to get this tractor back to the starting point, and I'll show you it with auto drive. So I have a mini auto drive route set up with the little silo over there. Now we'll just shoot past the combine and get that set up, and then we'll demo it with the augers. And I have a bit more kit waiting around the corner to do that. Something a little bit bigger, because I want to quite quickly have things fill up. So just get ourselves back here. So I'm just going to put the edit up so that I can just see where to park, because it'll just make things a little bit easier. So you can see we just have a very simple auto drive route here. Not going to be an auto drive tutorial. If we park about there, So what we want to do is put this on to pick up and deliver. We're going to pick up from field weight. We're going to go to silo tip, and we are going to get canola. And then if we go in back into here, everything else is set up. So if we want to make sure that we click, and we'll do that out here, click the Courseplay icon so that it works with Courseplay. And actually, I think from here we can probably just do start. And it should now wait to be called by the combine. So if we jump to the combine, it's only 20% full at the moment. So I'll skip ahead a bit until the combine is a little bit fuller. And with the magic of editing, the combine is now over 60% full. So it literally has just called the carter. So off we go. And this should allow the trailer to get full enough that we'll see it link up with auto drive, which is what we want. And then we'll switch over to doing it with an auger. And I quite like that they've added, and I guess it's making use of Courseplay's combine self-unload feature. So yeah, I think it's really nice. You can do some pretty cool setups with just Courseplay essentially now. So if you don't like auto drive, you don't need to use it. You know, you could have a couple of lorries parked by the side of the field that the auger's tipping into, and that would keep you going for quite a while. And you could maybe run the lorry backwards and forwards to the silo if you didn't want to use auto drive. Or you could maybe get the base game workers to do it. I've not tried that. I don't use them very much for that kind of thing. When we've got Courseplay and auto drive, the base game functionality is nowhere near as good in my opinion. So if you could please recall the carter, is up to 70% full, so it should do it soon. It seems like it does a pre-call, I guess. I have used this mode a couple of times basically. I've been wanting to do this tutorial for a while. I've been talking about it in a lot of my Let's Play videos about wanting to be able to help people use this mode. And I say I did some testing on it, got comfortable using it, used it in a video that I recorded yesterday, which will come out later this week after this video. Testing out stuff, and it worked okay, so jump in and do the tutorial. Hey, why not? So we probably won't do any more with this than get the trailer full and having auto drive do its thing. I'm not convinced. The auto drive course was very quickly set up, so hopefully it will work okay. If the tractor ends up, or sorry, if the combine ends up full, it'll wait and then the tractor will come and empty it as well. It seems to work quite well. The stuff I was doing yesterday, I had 2 combines running with just the 1 carter, and it worked pretty well. The only thing it struggled with, as I said, was finding the trailers on a rather large field to empty the auger into. So hopefully that will work on this smaller field. We will see. I have a significantly smaller field opposite, which we might end up using. Let's see how it goes. So let's see if, there we go. So auto drive has taken over and is planning its route. So now obviously the auto drive course is not great on here. It is literally that little loop. So auto drive is having to work quite hard to get itself back to the course. I could have been more generous and given it a bit more help by putting a loop around the field, and that would have made it easier for auto drive, but it seems to be working, so that is pretty cool. And that basically shows the first two bits of this video. So you can use Courseplay to just unload and it'll go back. I think it goes back to the waypoint when it's full, or you can link it up to auto drive. I'm not sure where you're going, auto drive. Okay. Interesting choice there, auto drive. Auto drive is maybe struggling a little bit. So the only bit of the auto drive course is the loop right over the far side of the field. But see, you can link it up to auto drive. Auto drive has taken over at this point. And if you have a better auto drive network, this will probably go much smoother. But we'll see how it does. Then we're then going to switch and do it with 2 big combines and an auger and a trailer. So hopefully that will work okay as well. Come on, auto drive, you can do it. You can do it. and auto drive has pretty much made its way back to where it's trying to get to. So if I flash up the course, you can see that it is literally such a small course that it really, had a lot of work to do to try and work out how to get back. So it's done pretty well, I think. The combine is probably getting pretty full at this point again, although it's canola, so the yield is not huge. But, you may want to have a couple of carters running doing this kind of thing, particularly if the drive back to wherever you're tipping is a bit longer. So, this is purely to demonstrate the functionality, not really to go into the full detail of how you would set it up on our Let's Play, particularly the auto drive bit. Come on, keep going. Please go far enough to tip. I thought I'd been generous enough. There we go. So that's auto drive and Courseplay working together. So the combine is actually almost full. So we'll just see how things link back up again, see if that works, and then we'll call it a day on this mode, because that would be quite cool to see and probably quite useful. And then we'll jump in. You can see we have two big case combines here with an auger wagon and a truck, and we'll see how that works. That should hopefully do quite a good job as well. Now, auto drive just looping background to the start point. It's then going to have to loop and get behind the combine, but the combine is very full. The combine may actually, no, it might keep going. The combine may actually stop before Courseplay gets there. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Go on, come on, Courseplay. Now you take over. And I think Courseplay's taken over. Looks like it. So let's go empty the combine out, Courseplay. It's annoying that it's catching up on a corner. But I'm so impressed with the coding that Courseplay and auto drive managed to do to position these vehicles to unload. It's pretty clever. It's generally running really smoothly, so not a little bit of an FPS drop, but not massive. And yeah, I think that is really cool. So give me a moment to switch over and we'll be back with something a little bit bigger. I was going to skip this bit, but I didn't know if it might be useful. So let's get a 2 combine course set up. So we're going to go multiple tools to, we're just going to do 2 headlands. That'll give us a lot of headland space. Boost the overlap. I really prefer running a big overlap, and we're going to do lands, and we're going to generate a course. Cool. And this is going to be the left one, and we're going to do first waypoint. And off that one goes. So I've reset the field essentially. Actually, we want to go back into that one, and if we click the little document here, that will copy the course so that we can put it into this combine. So we now click the green version of that. We'll click there to get the right vehicle, and we will go first waypoint, and hopefully we can get this running. And then we can set up the karting aspect of things. So because of habits and I don't want to drive over the crop, we'll just drop the header down and get our way into the field. And then do, off you go. Here we go. So we have got the Volvo LNX 300. Basically because I wanted to use something from the Platinum DLC that I've paid for that I barely use. So let's get that going. We'll park that up somewhere down here, figuring that it'll be useful when the combine gets to the up-down rows. Now you can park it within 20 meters of the field, so I'm going to park it there. And then we have this guy. I'm actually going to put some canola in already just to speed up the filling process so that we can see this actually working. And I'm going, I don't think you need, no, I'm not going to do it. I was going to set the waypoint to be at an unload for the truck. But we're not going to do that because I don't think you need to. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to click the little target reticule again. Everything is set because we're in the field, so you can see the white line around the field. We don't need the Giants unloader, and we're going to do start job. And if we check the combines, they are only 20% full, so I'll be back when these are a bit fuller. So combines are nearly 60% full, and I'm kind of expecting that the tractor will start up in a moment and pre-position. So hopefully we will get some action in a moment. I've actually emptied the auger wagon. I did pre-fill it, obviously you saw at the start. But these combines I think are going to hold enough that they will probably fill it in enough that it will go and empty into the truck. We'll see. If not, we'll just have to wait a little bit longer. The yield on this field doesn't seem to be particularly amazing. It's just a field that was in the state when I opened up. I like using this area of Elm Creek for this sort of testing because it's got a nice flat bit next to it to build a kind of little fake farm, so you don't have to be carting a long way. And it's a nice size field for doing stuff like this. So hopefully we're going to avoid the waiting doits. Not doits, yeah, case. Not a doits, it's a case. So if we jump into here, hopefully this tractor will be coming to life at any moment and going to unload these two combines. They do look really good. I do find, you know, that is hitting the FPS pretty hard. Much harder than auto drive would. That is something to bear in mind. That's something that Norfolk Farmer mentioned as well when he tried it. And it's something that I remember from FS19. If you used Courseplay to kart, it was much harder on the computer and the performance. So I would always use auto drive for doing my karting in FS19 because it wasn't such a penalty. But, you know, if you don't like using auto drive, you can use Courseplay, and off we go. So let's go empty the first combine. I think I have not reset my field speeds because I've closed the game and reloaded it, so it hadn't saved my field speed changes. There we go. So, and Cartech, it's got tracks on the back. Right, let's see how this goes with a corner coming up. So it's on, and it's on the last, you know, well, it's just starting the second headland. It's not on the last headland. But, you know, I think this does really well. So hopefully this will fill up the auger enough between the two combines that it then goes off and tries to tip in the lorry that we have waiting just over there. Yeah, that would be a really nice end to the video. I hope this works. I've had mixed success. So we'll see. I still think, particularly with this performance hit that you get, that I would prefer to use auto drive. I think it probably performs better. But that is not to knock that the guys who made Courseplay did a really good job of getting the combine unload mode to work. And you know, people don't always want to sit and set up auto drive, so this lets you do it with very minimal setup, which is quite nice. So I'm just going to bump up the amount of canola that's in here, so that we do get a full auger wagon. How much does the second combine have in it? 12,000, so yeah. And actually we can watch it from this view, so, or we could even watch it. Ooh, game no likey switching cab. There we go. In cab combine unloading with Courseplay running everything. That's pretty cool, I think. And now we just need the last step to work, and this video will be done. I'm going to say thank you at this point to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. and I hope you enjoyed this video. So we are full. Let's see if Courseplay can go find that trailer. I'm nervous. I think there's probably a chance it won't, but we'll see. You know, the field's been opened up a lot, so hopefully it will work. I did find, and it might have been because I didn't have crop destruction turned on, which I do on here, that when I was testing it on my Ohio Let's Play, Courseplay would drive through the crops quite often. So, but that was because I didn't have crop destruction on. So, come on, you can do this. You can do this. I ended up on Ohio with a tractor driving in a very slow circle for a very long time because it missed as it went to do this turn. So let's see how this does. There we go. That looks like it has worked with a 2-bin trailer. Stay still. Stay still. That's it. Yes. It's worked. So that's going to unload into the lorry. The combines are not particularly full, so it'll be a while before it calls them again. So what I might do is... oh, is it? Oh, yes. Yes. It's backing up to get the second bin. When I was testing this on Ohio, I had single bin trailers. Courseplay programmers, you are very, very clever. You are very, very clever. That is brilliant. If you're watching this, that is brilliant. So let's now see how it gets on. We're going to cheat a little bit. He's hold 14,000 canola. Bet 12,000. Set canola 12,000. Because I want to try and encourage them to call Courseplay. I think they're going to do a cut-in, so this might go really badly. I'm not sure how this will cope. Because these are going to cut in on their first cut-in land. It may go to this tractor first, or combine first. That makes sense. Okay. Classic Courseplay. Can you work it out? No. Let's hit the button again and see if it can work it out this time. It's going to go to the other combine. So this is just saying that it didn't drive through the crops. And here we go. I suspect it's because that combine is now very full. But yeah, Courseplay combine unloading. Either on its own with auto drive or with auger wagons going to a trailer. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this is going to end up a little bit tricky because the combine is going to cut in maybe so that it can unload, and Courseplay is waiting for it to be able to unload into it. So yeah, see if it works this one out, shall we, before we call it a day. It's got 2 very full combines to deal with. Courseplay, you aren't helping. You aren't helping with this super slick demo. Yeah, the FPS is dropping because it's trying, Courseplay, not it, Courseplay is desperately running calculations to try and work out how to get to the combine without driving through the crops. Yeah. And that's when you get the SE. The FPS has come back up now because it's done all its sums and is fine. Let's see if we can unload a combine now, because they're both pretty full. The nice thing is that they've now done a cut, and some people do ask, why do you use lands? This is why, because now, until it's finished this set of lands, the auger will always be facing into a harvested bit of the field, which means it should be much easier for the carter to empty the combine. So hopefully they're all going to wait here. That would be kind of nice. Yep, like that. Very good. Well done, Courseplay and Courseplay. You are playing nicely together. Yeah, if you use auto drive is just as likely to crash into a combine doing some of these maneuvers as Courseplay is. So there we go. That combine is full, so it's going to wait for the carter to come over, and I'm going to stop it at the point where it's done that. So if you've found this video useful, which I hope you have, please click the like button. If you've got comments or questions, then stick those below, and I'll see what I can do to answer those. That's an expensive insurance claim. That was not me crashing, by the way. And if you like this kind of stuff, then go check out some of my other videos. I have a lot of tutorials on Courseplay and on doing stuff in Farm Sim. Courseplay was, in fact, tutorials on Courseplay was what pushed my channel to over 1,000 subscribers and got me monetized. So yeah, if you want to see stuff like that, or you want to see more stuff like this, then think about subscribing and turning on notifications, and you'll see more videos like this. And that's it. I will see you next time.